Come on and jam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and jam, and welcome to the jam. It's super. Okay.
Welcome to Super Late.
I was hoping you were gonna come in right now. Welcome to Super Late at 368. We back. Narz was playing some Space Jam themes.
But we can't. We didn't want to.
Microphone's not even close to you.
Oh damn! Hello.
You might want to move your laptop.
Oh.
You good?
Go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we would play it for you guys, but DMCA, you know, we're gonna see if we're gonna try to bring somebody onto the show to tell us more about that.
Matter of fact, I gotta lie. Like your mic just looks like it's all of you.
Really?
Yeah, it's like for some reason it looks so huge.
I'm a tiny person.
What's up, guys? How's it going? We're back again this week. We got news. We got a special guest, a big and long time homie and friend, Sam Strelitz, the voice of Mary Biff on Red Dead Redemption 2. She is here to talk acting, gaming, all that in between. It was kind of a slow week for news, but we're going to try to get you up to speed with the things you need to care about, things you need to matter. But also, special thanks to Main Gear for always powering the show, the dreams of Super Late.
We love you.
But Narz, what have you been up to this past week?
Honestly, still grinding on Phasmophobia. Obviously, Halloween was this Saturday, so everybody was on Twitch playing, cosplaying their best costume. Yeah. Everyone was living a good old time. People were doing their scary games for the week, for the month, whatever. It was their final day.
Spooky streams.
Of doing their spooky streams. I had my final day. I dressed up as Elvira.
I saw that was a beautiful.
And
dress
you know
up.
what's so depressing and so nobody knew who Elvira was. Nobody fucking knew who Elvira was. I need to speak to certain people's parents because
what were they raised on?
What the hell were you raised on? Like, and the worst one was like someone was like, "Oh, are you a gothic punk like thought?" And I was like,
"What? A gothic punk thought?" Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
Okay. Sure. I mean, like, if you Google Elvira and you see her, she was scantily clad. She was sexy. She was beautiful. But she was witty. She was adventurous. She was smart. She was awesome. She's the fucking mistress of dark. Like, she owned that shit, and she needs a reboot. That's what I learned this weekend. Elvira needs a reboot, 2021. And if you need somebody to play Elvira, I'll play Elvira.
She had a great costume, so you just have to check out the photos and see for reference points. Any directors or casters out there, let's make it happen. But
just saying.
I mean, yeah, it was a pretty slow week.
What did you do for Halloween?
Oh, so I went to a restaurant called Oyasamil, I believe it's called. It's a Korean restaurant, Korean barbecue. I'm vegan. Definitely not the match made in heaven right there. And my friends were like, no, you can get this uni bibimbap. I'm like, okay, bibimbap be slapping. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Yeah. So I look at the menu, right? First of all, this place is bougie when you look at the menu online and there's no prices. Oof. I'm like, all right, so I'm coming out of pocket for this one. So I said I look at the menu. I'm like, yo, what is uni? And she's like, oh, it's sea urchin. I'm like, okay, take that out. I'm like, all right. She's like, oh, are you like vegetarian or vegan? I said, I'm vegan. She's like, okay. She's like, so you can't have the kimchi either because there's shrimp in the kimchi. I'm like, all right, take the kimchi out. You also can't have the wasabi thing because there's this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. She's like, but you'll have quinoa on this. I'm like, all right, cool, fine. It'll be fine. I'm at a birthday party. When in Rome, I got the broccolini. I got the sweet potato fries at a Korean barbecue joint. Of course. She brings me my plate, and it's literally a scoop of white rice with sauce and shallots. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, yo, where the rest of my food at?
Seriously.
It was like, and then the best part is, it was $27.
Yo,
so special thank you to Dan Lee for getting me robbed at Oyasami.
But see, I don't understand because a bibimbap supposed to have like other vegetables, mushrooms, carrots, even seaweed salad supposed to be.
They didn't even have tofu.
Bro, where the fuck did you go?
I went to some bougie spot in K-Town.
Yo.
And I'm not used to a Korean spot not having tofu because tofu soup, big thing in Korea. And it was, listen, anybody who eats meat, that spot is 100. Because I'm sitting at the other end of the table, I'm like, that's what I was supposed to get. Because they were sitting like, pasta. Like things dripping off of chopsticks. Yeah, how's it going? It was a great time on the other 99% table. But enough about me. Let's talk about the news. Narz, What we got cooking this past week?
So World of Warcraft, for
Nice.
anyone who is a diehard fan or an old player, is turning 16. So players can actually get free stuff in the game now. They also did a couple things. So you can get 200 Time Warp badges, an item that increases experience and reputation games, and an invitation to the Aura Grimer or Stormwind.
Okay.
So are you going to be playing World of Warcraft? Because you said you used to play before.
So when I was about, I think I was 16 or 17 at the time, I never played World of Warcraft up until that moment, and they got me on the advertisements for Cataclysm or Cataclysm, and so I went to GameStop. I bought all the expansion packs. I got all the Frost Lich, all that, and I played for about a month. I think I spent $180 to play this game for a month.
Wow.
And because I got all the expansions and everything, I'm just like, man, I saw how many hours I was sinking into the game, and I was like, this is probably not going to end well for me in the long run. I need to leave. So I've never played World of Warcraft again. I love World of Warcraft. All the characters, the lore, the story is great. I love the art style. People kind of clown on the pauldrons, the big pauldron characters, but I love Blizzard's art style. And yeah, I mean, we have a couple friends who I'm sure are going to dive back into this game, but I think like the real MMO of our time right now is Final Fantasy 14, and that's what everybody's playing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they got to update WoW at some point, right? They got to give like a reboot. I know so many people who, not even for WoW, but for RuneScape, which is like everybody knows what RuneScape is. They're like people who've never played before. Like, I would play it if it had good graphics, and WoW has no good graphics, so maybe that would change everything. But what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm going to actually defer to chat because chat made some really good comments that I want to point out to. So Holly Peppermint said World of Warcraft Super Sweet 16. What would be World of Warcraft Super 16? Like how would they celebrate it?
I would love to see it done at the Lich's Castle. Like the you know, like that's the little banquet, Super Sweet 16. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be the WoW logo in like a dress, or is it gonna be like Arthas or something? It's like, when you think of WoW, who's the face of WoW?
I don't know, but it would have to be. Yeah, they would definitely have to come out with a mount or something like that.
100%.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like, you know, when the kids get a car on their 16th birthday or some shit like that. They could get like a crazy ass mount.
Everybody I mean, that'd be dope if they gave everybody this mount for being like 16 years into the game. Like, dude, I don't know how it keeps going on. It's interesting games that have like really long life cycles and are somehow able to retain their user base, because they introduced WoW Classic, I think last year or earlier in this year, and everybody went crazy for that. Like, oh my God, WoW Classic, we're back. It's OG. Yeah, I mean, hey man, shots out to Blizzard because Overwatch ain't doing good, so something's gotta work for them, right?
Yeah, now World of Warcraft can drink in certain countries. Thank you, Inceptious. Moving on. Games. Among Us updates are here, guys. Yeah. Who's excited for that new map, apparently? Are you going to be playing it?
I think everybody kind of has to play Among Us at some point. When I was at this birthday party, later on in the night, literally everybody pulled out their phones and started playing Among Us. Yeah. So I was just like, you kind of got to just...
It's the new Jackbox, I feel, also. And considering that they obviously have been undergoing a lot of issues with, like, hacking and stuff like that, their servers were down. So they've been rushing anti-hacks programs. But the thing is, because they rushed it out so fast, it actually made the servers crash. It caused the bugs. So they kind of, like, are taking the time to rehash that out. But yeah, we should do an Among Us night.
I mean, Zoom was talking about it, like, doing an Among Us stream. We should all definitely play. It was so funny because I found Among Us, like, way before, I guess, it popped off on Twitch, and me and all my friends, like Magic, so then we were all playing, and there was no issues with the server. But the minute it got popular, you couldn't connect. The game, they released the update, the game got worse. I was like, yo, what the hell? I never understand that, like when developers release patches for games, and sometimes the games end up in a worse state than it was in the beginning, and it always blows my mind, like what happened in the code that made a really good game into a bad game. But I mean, hey man, Among Us never seems to get boring. I'm kind of tired of, like, the last game I played, people, like, really subscribe to, like herd mentality where it's like, oh, he's sus. Based on what? He came straight down. What?
Yeah.
I could, I'll be writing down tasks. I'll be like, yo, this is the task to here. I give you perfect path in every mission. You're still going to suspect me because that one guy said he definitely sus.
But see, that's the whole point of the game, is to use psychology against people.
But that's not psychology. That's just being dumb.
Okay, so use people's dumbness to psychology, mofo. Anyways, Cyberpunk 2077, apparently because of everything that's happening, it's been delayed a couple times. CD Projekt Red's stock has dropped 25%. Thoughts on that? That's kind of like this is literally the end of the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the stock right now, I checked right when we got off here, because me and Zoom laughed, like, I think it's time to buy some CD Projekt Red stock. Sitting at $25 a share. Yo, we gotta boost the stock, we gotta pump it up so we can make some profit. I mean, it's natural, right? Like, they've been delaying this game for a year, which is fine, because when the game does come out, it will indefinitely be like probably the game of the year, 100%. They're taking all the right steps to make sure this game is the ultimate experience for us. I mean, I think it's just gonna it's a natural thing, right? It's like, also, this market is pretty crazy because no one knows what's about to happen. We're still in the election run right now. Arizona's still taking or is it Nevada? Nevada's still taking its sweet ass time trying to figure out these votes. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day. But let's not talk politics, because this
is a politics-free zone.
Everybody's stressed out right now. The energy is not the highest. But anyway, what do you think? Are you gonna buy some CD Projekt Red stock?
I'm for it, because at the end of the day, the stocks are only gonna go up.
Of course, if they release good games.
Well, I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out.
It could be bad. I don't think it is, but it could be bad.
But it could also be good. And they're coming out with definitely other titles. You think this is gonna be the end of The Witcher?
No. I just think that CD Projekt Red doesn't produce enough content.
Well, that's the gamble. That's the gamble.
It's the trade-off.
It's the trade-off. That's why it's called stock exchange. I don't know if this is important to you because you're an Apple nut, but the company Apple has announced one more thing. It's an event happening November 10th, which will presumably see the company announce its first ARM-based Macs that run on an Apple Silicon chips instead of the Intel processors.
ARM?
ARM-based. Yeah, I know. ARM-based Macs. So it's like, I don't know. I really don't know.
This sounds like a futuristic concept. Can I just get some AirPod Pro 2s?
Can I get some chargers with my iPhone?
We're not gonna talk about that, man. That decision that was made.
But come on, you're gonna sell an app on the new Apple device, and then you're gonna sell it without a charger or headsets.
We're cutting down on waste, Narz. We're getting rid of like metric tons.
How about
of
this?
plastic.
Stop wasting my time. I'm gonna buy another charger anyways.
She's definitely got some spice on it because she's an Android user, so we're not gonna get too into it. You don't have both, okay? All right. You've picked your side.
I have both phones.
With your 100x zoom, okay?
Dude, does the Apple do 100x?
I don't need 100x zoom.
When you are on
Why are you creeping?
Wait, when you're on the beach and you're trying to see a whale up close, but he's all the way in the distance, then you'll need 100x zoom. Whales are adorable.
Whale watching. That's why you get the new 20.
That's why you get that.
So you get the 100 times zoom on your camera.
Yes, to zoom in on whales from a distance. 200 IQ, exactly. Next news, TikTok and Sony Music reaching a long-awaited licensing deal. Finally, I mean, in light of everything happening with DMCA, it's really nice to see that TikTok finally has a leg up.
I mean, somehow, I think Twitch needs to contact somebody to help them. That's nothing to do with what the conversation is right now. But, yeah, I mean, it's funny because all these, like, platforms now have gotten really big. Instagram, TikTok, of course, YouTube, Twitch, have a direct correlation with music being used and like people creating things around music and content that's not theirs, right? So it's like, it's an interesting, like, you look on TikTok right now, and will they get to a point where people start claiming videos that don't have audio, right? Because like people like do like, oh, these are like the top 5 animes you should watch, and there's like a clip of Naruto and like a clip of Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. So it's like, it's funny because we need to get a DMCA expert on the show, because like how far does like DMCA extend? Like, does it go beyond music? Is it gonna affect like people who react to videos on their Twitch channel? Like, it's a weird situation.
And this is interesting because there are a lot of people who use TikTok, but then they export it like I do to their Instagram and stuff like that. So let's say that yes, TikTok and Sony get a license deal. Obviously, Columbia Records is a part of that. So Columbia Records music labels and songwriters and all the songs from them can be accessed through TikTok. But then when you export that, do you pose is there a threat posed then for using that same sort of IP on a different platform?
I'm not going to act like I'm smart enough to give a real answer here. I can assume there would probably be somebody in some sort of court of law that would say that, yes, it is the same thing. And it kind of is, just one's name TikTok, one's name Instagram. So it's like, You can also look at Instagram has Instagram Reels, which is just Instagram TikTok. It's such a tricky situation.
Yeah, we'll see more as it unfolds because at the end of the day, this is still in discussion. Yes, this is going to be coming out, but how is it going to work and what songs are yet to be announced or released? So I guess that's just something we look forward to.
Yeah.
So moving on, everybody can go to BlizzCon next year because BlizzCon is going online and it's free for everyone. Are you gonna come to BlizzCon with me?
You know, I've always been waiting to go to BlizzCon.
Same.
And I
we
haven't.
can cosplay and
Oh my
everything.
God.
Oh my god.
Like, who do you want to be for BlizzCon? Like, what's gonna be your cosplay?
Oh, I could go for like an elven or a druid from World of Warcraft.
Oh. I'm gonna be one of the Worgans, the
Worgans.
werewolves guys. I mean, I wonder how it's gonna play out. Like, are they gonna do? I mean, hey, Apple did it with their press conference. It worked out with theirs, and I think they kind of set the standard for press conferences in quarantine. So, I'm sure Blizzard has enough money to figure it out. I mean, I wonder what they're gonna debut: Diablo 4 or Diablo again on the phone. What's gonna happen? Last BlizzCon wasn't good for them.
I mean, I think at this point, it's just going to be an opportunity for everyone to kind of like see what Blizzard's coming out. But I feel like it's the same thing with PAX and the same thing with Comic-Con. People go to cons to be with other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you take that experience and take it to a virtual kind of like platform? And I know that like some people have been mentioning like, hey, why don't we do like VR chats or something like that, or like Second Life kind of like cons, which I think it's a really good idea if you recreate that same sort of feel and mentality of like PAX or BlizzCon, but literally make it virtual, allow people to like make avatars and run amok in the virtual space and go to a con that way.
Yeah. Damn, I don't even know if I could.
Stomach that?
I'm trying to think about it, and I don't even think I could enjoy it. Like I remember going to New York City Comic Con all the time when I was like 15, 16, 17. I was like, yo, this is the greatest thing ever. And then as I got like older, I was like, yo, there's too many damn people. And I was like, I'm not trying to go. So I've kind of fallen out of love with cons, and then trying to do like cons are a lot of work. Okay, walking around a con is a sport. It's not like you gotta go through crowds. You gotta stick and move. There's BO. There's heat. Now I gotta do a virtual con. So now I gotta use.
But then you don't get the BO, the heat.
It's true, but it's like, how is that gonna work? And it's not gonna feel like cringy.
Okay. First and foremost, have you ever tried VR chat?
No.
Okay, so then work. First try VR chat, and then we'll take the next.
All right,
step.
we'll catch up with this after I go and be Uganda Knuckles for a week.
Yeah. Whoever works at BlizzCon, call me.
Oh my God, she's.
I have ideas. We can work this out.
She has ideas.
I have ideas. We can make this. We can literally make this virtual. Moving on. The head of Xbox says the gaming industry needs more black leaders. The problem is that he said this back in June of 2020, but then was reached out by Kotaku about that kind of comment, in which he replied, one of the worries is you kind of get hyper-focused at a certain time and the election comes along and months go by and you almost just kind of shift. The conversation turns to something else. And I do think it's about time we come back. And I think that happens a lot. When it's a certain sort of issue that's going on, everyone is jumped to be like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. But then people kind of forget, and then things happen, and then it gets shifted. And I like how Phil Spencer is saying, yeah, we forgot.
Yeah.
But we want to divert back. What do you think about that?
I mean, of course. I mean, that 100% needs to happen. We have to get more diversity in these companies in leadership positions. There was an article that was shared with me earlier today where I want to keep this conversation as like non-political as possible. A friend of ours shared me an article that was saying how the Trump administration had purposely got in the way of Microsoft hiring black leadership specifically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like I have to reread the article. Let me not say like this is the gospel, but that was the headline I saw. And I'm like that was the art. I'm just gonna say that's what I saw. And yeah, so I mean, like, people, this definitely needs to happen, and it needs to be treated very delicately, because then there's like one side of the argument where you'll have like, are you hiring people now just based on skin? Are you hiring them like, also you should hire people of diversity, but of any kind of diversity, but also like, are you just doing that so it looks good to your investors? Mm-hmm. Which is like, I don't think anybody wants to be hired because it looks good on your on their resume, their report, their investors. Oh, we have this guy who's on the board, or this girl who's on the board, like just because it's weird. It's like pandering, and I think
It
no
is
one appreciates pandering.
That's 1000% pandering, because you're trying to appease the mass public and obviously your stockholders at the same time, but it's not genuine. And at the end of the day, that gets sniffed out really quickly.
Yeah, and then that person just ends up like doing probably like work that's not meaningful to begin with, and they're just there to put that ass in the chair.
And that actually does more harm than good.
Exactly, because then it's just like, well, look at what they're doing. It's like, what is this? It's such a delicate situation, but yes. We got to get back to the conversation. It needs to be at the forefront, and it needs to happen.
We need to happen now, right now. So a topic that actually came up the other day, and this is probably a little bit heartfelt, but obviously the passing of Brian Reckful Bernstein is still really fresh and still an open wound for a lot of people. He passed away this past summer. He committed suicide, and it's interesting how Twitch has been hearing a lot of the streamers' reaction to reruns that are being played. What are your thoughts about the editors being able to do that? Do you think it's disrespectful, or do you think it's paying homage to streamers? And do you think Twitch should do more to kind of memorize content creators on Twitch?
I mean, I like the sentiment that someone's gonna go and like repost videos and like keep people in the know, like, hey, this person lived and they were part of our community. They were part of our, everything. I remember when Byron died, I was so mad. We went on the show. It'll happen the same day, and I went on a rant in the beginning because, this was a guy who did like something that's supposed to be like celebrated and beautiful, and then he, the trolls of Twitch decided to just flame this guy and his girlfriend and all that, and what happened. I think that Twitch, people like Etika need to be memorialized, like those people who were key figures in our community, who represented our community, that people loved talking about. I have friends who worked with Byron. I don't know how it could be taken in bad spirit, but maybe to the families and parties involved, maybe they'd be like, hey, this is like you guys exploiting the image of someone who's gone. Maybe we get a hologram version, like how we had Coachella Tupac. Maybe that's at some point, but I think we just need to just do more memorialization. Was it Jeff Keighley or something, or I forgot? So was it like somebody from the Video Game Awards who talking about memorializing people at their show?
So Jeff Keighley has been doing these live streams every Sunday. People can kind of tune in and ask him questions. And so one person asked him, is there going to be a way to memorialize people who have passed away in the gaming industry at the Game Awards? And he had never thought about that before until someone spoke, and everyone in chat was like, yeah. And obviously people remember Etika, people remember obviously Byron, but there are a lot of other people that just go missing. Bianca Devins is not necessarily a big name in the gaming industry, but she was a streamer. She was a Twitch streamer, and she was brutally murdered. And I think some of the time we forget about the realness of being a Twitch streamer, being a content creator, and sometimes that needs to be spotlighted so people can see the humanistic aspects of these people. Mental illness is not judgmental. It can affect anybody. It affected Kate Spade. It affected Robin Williams. And I think it's super important that we treat this delicately, considering that people are taking advantage of being anonymous on Twitch, but then not necessarily realizing that there are people that are the streamers that are on Twitch are putting their heart out there. Yeah. They're being vulnerable. And for there to not be, it's kind of like saying, if the overseers of a platform won't delegate the rules of etiquette, how can anyone hope to make a change? How can anyone hope to be and aspire to be a better person on the platform if Twitch isn't setting the rules for that? And I think this step is going towards making that effort to ensure that anybody that has passed away, regardless of what it is, but considering that he committed suicide, it's telling to everyone that, listen, if you need help, there is a place for you. And, we're still working on the community, but Twitch can be one of those places you can seek help. And I love that. And I just want to see Twitch do more. Yeah,
in regards to the award ceremonies and stuff like that, I think they can definitely incorporate things how, like, the WWE, for example, they've had like the Andre the Giant Royal Rumble. There's also like the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. Like, there's definitely things that could be made in honor of these people. Like, this is the Etika Award for like X, Y, and Z, or this is like the Byron Showdown for this and that, or like, because Byron was heading his own indie studio for making an indie game. Like, there's so many things we can do to just like pay homage, and let's make it happen, Jeff. Put it in the world. Yes,
please. Let's do this. And guys, just be nice to Twitch streamers. I mean, if you see someone being toxic, please, by all means, jump in that and teach someone a lesson. Moving on, still within Twitch, though, Twitch is going to be running a PSA for anyone that has an ad blocker on the site. And no one is happy. Why are you laughing?
Because for it's like, I'm wearing purple right now, so clearly I'm kind of like I'm a sold out person to Twitch. Keep going. I'm sorry, I just had to laugh a little bit. It's such a was that the whole thing?
I mean, I can go on, but
Keep
I
going,
think that's.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty. I mean, it goes on to say that ads are important for Twitch, which is true. That's how they make some of their revenue to be able to pay content creators. Okay, what? Speak, Gabe.
I'm building emphasis.
Okay, I'll keep going then. So ad blockers keep websites ads free, but that obviously is affecting Twitch's bottom line. So Twitch now has this PSA that if you have an ad blocker like uBlock, it actually breaks the update or whatever. It actually stops it. So then it actually interferes. So you can't block it anymore. You have to run it.
Yeah, I think I think that I remember when someone told me about this. It was like every 10 minutes it's gonna play to just like make you to turn your ad blocker off or something like that. I mean, yeah, no, I mean you kind of have to side with the company on this one, even though you want to be like, yeah, forget you guys, we're the little guys, I think Twitch's ad system is kind of annoying, especially how they can just like throw an ad in anywhere. And like when someone comes to your channel, and you only have like 20 seconds to really grab them, right? Like 20 seconds to a minute to grab that person. If the first experience they get coming to a channel is like 2 words in an ad, it hurts the streamer. There needs to be a more intelligent ad system that happens, and you should have ads that are played for people who are continuously watching in the stream instead of just saying, "You join a stream? Here's an ad about Tostinos. Here's an ad about this," and it's like weird Twitch ads. I don't have an ad blocker, so people look at me like, "Why don't you have an ad blocker?" I'm like, "Cause I watch a lot of YouTube versus Twitch. The creators I watch, that is some sort of their revenue. And I don't want to like take away from their pockets. Like they're dying out here doing work for us and like putting out content that we want to watch." You should support that. And if you don't support that, then what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's like really like, I mean, unless you're talking about like maybe like Pokimane or somebody like that who makes like a ton of money off of, her donations, which all changed.
Well, speaking of that, which is another thing that's really hilarious. So apparently, this is another news headline. Pokimane wants Twitch fans to stop giving her so much money. She made the cap amount of donation $5. You cannot donate more than $5 to Pokimane.
Yeah, there's gonna be someone though who's gonna just like.
And you know what she said?
$5.
You know what she said? If people asked if they could submit more than $5, you know what she said? She said, "Why don't you take that money and give it to other streamers who may need it more?"
This is a slow clap. It's a slow clap right now. I mean, hey, it's crazy because on top of that, her doing that move, PewDiePie, I believe today, announced he's no longer taking donations entirely. I mean, it's like, these creators, PewDiePie and Pokemon are like, they make a lot of money. Like, they don't need the money. It's nice that they get the money, and they're more than happy to take the money. But I think now that they're in the position that they're in, they're like, hey, I'm good. I don't need you to have to give me all this. Give this to other people you watch. Yeah. Which, these are people who are like subject to like, they get crazy donations. Like Pokemon's gotten like $100, $1,000, $5,000.
But she doesn't necessarily need it. Like,
yeah, she doesn't solicit it.
Yeah, which is funny because people are like, "Oh, this is a stunt. You're just doing this because you're trying to."
It's a good stunt then. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if she's forcing you to pay less and you're like, "I want to pay more," then she's kind of winning.
At the end of the day, she doesn't lose. But it's a great thing that I feel is it's gonna change the way we interact with Twitch in terms of the donation side of things. And hats off to you. First person doing it. You got PewDiePie behind it. I wonder who's gonna be next.
I love it. Just start rating people who are small. I don't know. Anyways, last news. I didn't see this, and I just see this in the run of show. But Baby Shark Dance chomps out Despacito as the most viewed YouTube video. Did you see this?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, Baby Shark at a certain hour of the day slaps. Okay. I remember one time I was working an outdoor market and I saw a guy in his Tesla and he's literally windows up blasting Baby Shark. I can hear it. And he is smoking in his car. And it's like an autopilot. He's just like, he goes, Baby Shark. I said, this is a person living in their prime right now. Baby Shark is the shit. All right. And it better because though it's a song for babies. It's a song for kids. It's a song for teens, adults, grandparents. You can enjoy it with anybody. It's got to be the most played video of all time.
I don't know. I haven't heard it, so I have to hear
You haven't heard Baby Shark?
No, the Despacito.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And you haven't heard Despacito?
No, the Baby Shark Despacito mix that they're talking about.
I read that.
It says
I read
Baby
that
Shark
wrong.
dance chomps out Despacito. Oh no, Baby Shark is the largest one. Okay, I forgot the line. Never mind.
That was
Baby Shark tops Despacito in the charts. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute, what did
I thought they made a Despacito Baby Shark dance.
Baby Shark How do you even mix that? Shark though.
If
The
a
Baby
producer
Shark though.
watches this, Make that happen. Make that happen. I want a Despacito Baby Shark music.
I need to see that mashup.
I've seen worse. Have you seen the oh my god, it was the Baby Shark, but it wasn't a shark, it was like baby shrimp. Baby shrimp.
Baby shrimp. Mommy shrimp. Mommy Despacito. Let me not start.
By the way, guys, and I'm letting you know because this is a news. It's not on the Run of Show. I'm learning how to make trap music.
Oh, you actually have now. Yeah. You're fully into it.
I'm paying classes.
Wow, you are? You're paying for classes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
No, they're free, but I am taking classes.
You are taking classes?
Yep.
Where are you taking them at?
It's called YouTube.
I thought you got like an instructor. Oh my god.
But there's many free use like tutorials on YouTube.
And what are you using? Fruity Loops? Logic?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're really into this now.
I'm telling you, I really want to make this 12 Days of Trapmas. And guys, help me convince Gabe.
I'm down. You come with the beats, I'll come up with the bars.
All right. I'm just updating you.
We need the Mega Ran feature though.
So think about it this way. If we have 12 songs,
yeah,
we can work with a content creator for each song. How about that?
I like that. I like that.
And we'll try to get like an overseas producer to help like with the entire
I'm
thing.
trying to go double platinum with no features though.
On your first album, you shooting for the stars.
Yo, listen. You gotta have big goals, okay?
All right, we gotta find a really good music producer. If there's a music producer that's out there, help us make this trap mess.
Oh, Holly wants to be on one of the tracks.
Hell yeah. Yo, we're taking applications if you want to be on this.
The trap mess.
Yeah, 368 trap mess. If you want to join in on it, email.
We got our music producer right there in chat. That's a typo RL, I can't really see the name. I'm blind.
Typo, yeah, you got a typo RL.
Hey, music. Oh.
There we go.
There you go. Boom. Done. Finished.
Boom. We're manifesting this, guys. Let's make this happen. It's not to sell albums or anything. It's just all of us having a good time and being...
Jingle bells all the way. The rainbows in the say I make sleigh.
Let's make 12 Days of Trapmas a reality.
Oh my God.
Yes. All right, that's it for the news today, guys. Thank you so much. This is your girl Narz. More news next week. Woo!
And listen, if you made it to this part, the show is done. We're going home now. Stop. Okay. So right now we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna have the Sam Strutz, Mary Beth from Red Dead Redemption 2 here in a moment. Keep watching.